Hi everyone, Rainey with my dream boat project, and the reason for today's video is to let you know that I'm one step closer, woohoo, to my dream project. Now, for those of you that know what's been going on, I can't get into my garage where I'm working on my Sea Strike 18 right now. It's been a few weeks and the garage door guy still hasn't showed up. I don't know if it's going to be this weekend or next weekend, but I've been away from my boat for a few weeks. Haven't been able to work on it. I'm going nuts. But anyways, I'm anxious to get down there. So in the meantime, I've been looking into other boats, other possibilities. I've spoken to you in the past of some of my dreams or my dream boat, because after this one, I'm going to build the big one, the liveaboard, one that I could travel the Great Loop and travel all over the place and work on. And so I'm really looking forward to that. I've looked at a lot of them. A lot of them have some features, a lot of them don't. But due to the power of networking right here on this site, I am this much closer to finding what I want. So let me show you how that's happened. Okay, what I'm going to do is take you here to a screen share. Remember last week's video, in search of my next build, it says this is the Aurora 40. I was talking to you about the Aurora 40, which had a lot of the features of what I wanted. The problem is, it's a big boat, it's a wide boat, which is what I want, okay? But I want a big boat, but the ultimate goal is I would like to have something 100% solar powered, okay? Something that I don't even need to have a generator if possible. Now, right now, or up to now, it hasn't seemed possible. So anyways, this boat here can be green, it can combine, there's a special name for it, hybrid. It can be hybrid. They were just talking about how, you know, with the diesel generators, and you can use electric motors, so it can really be better, closer to it. But how about having 100% solar, so electric? So anyways, I did this video, and as a result, I got some comments. So let's go to some of the comments down here. I don't know if you'll be able to read them, but John came on saying, nice boat, and I like this and that, it has this. So, you know, we had good conversation, good ideas here, you know, telling me, yes, it's trailerable and this and that. Now, after John, of course, we went back and forth with a few things. Justin came on and says, hey, I've seen a trailerable liveaboard boat, not as big as what you want, but take a look at it. And he sent me this link here to what is it, jermarine.com. So I went ahead and clicked on that, and it showed me this one here. Now this is kind of neat, because the first thing I noticed was, if you notice the bottom here in this, I don't know if you can see my mouse moving around on this picture, but the bottom of it is kind of like flat but extended. So I'm thinking, ooh, marine batteries. What a place to store marine batteries, because I had seen a boat a while back that was 100% electric, and it had a flat thing like that to be able to store the batteries. So I kind of like that, but it didn't have the room, you know, the liveaboard or the inside that I wanted to be able to do the Great Loop. So in the next comment, going back here, I found another link when I was on the link with the one that Justin had sent me. So I wrote to him, I just went to the site and I looked at this one, okay, and Jermarine has this boat right over here. Now this boat is called the Solar Sal 44, and we're going to go on the Solar Sal site in just a minute. Solar Sal site, beat a pipe and pick the peck, trying to say that a bunch of times. So anyways, this is a solar 44-foot zero fuel, 100% solar electric passenger tour boat. And he's had this one up and running. They're out of New York. I guess they made it some boat museum, I think it was. They built it, and it was approved by the Coast Guard. But I mean, great looking boat. And I was thinking, if they had something like this and it was cabin surrounding it, that'd be cool. Or even some kind of roll down thing so I could have more indoor space in bad weather. So I started going through here and seeing what they had, and I says, oh, okay, you know, it showed a lot of the different features over here and what you can do with it. And I said, I wonder what else they might have. So from there, I actually went to Solar Sal's site. And where is it? Right over here. So you can actually go to solarsal.solar is the site. So I love the ocean. What a cool heading there, a header. And Solar Sal has 100% solar electric boats. Ooh, now I got my interest peaked. So I went down, started looking at his boats and how he went through to the Arctic, and they're showing all the different, here's a 20-foot, 4-foot one. And I can see these are mostly touring boats and party boats because the sides are open. And again, I'd be content with that if I could close the sides. And I went down here and they have, oh, look at this, the 38-foot cruiser. I was pretty impressed with that. There's walls around it. You know, there's a bedroom. There's everything you need. And then something struck my attention, which was right over here. I'm going to move this over a bit if I can. Let's see. Actually, you can see it better here. I made it bigger. And I saw this boat here, and I says, this is a 45-foot cruiser that Solar Sal is working on. 45 foot. Okay, now we're getting along. And I believe it wasn't really that wide. I think it's maybe like 10 foot. I haven't really looked at that yet. But I looked at the boat and I said, this looks really familiar. And then I noticed down here, the reason it looked familiar is because it's made by Devlin Designs. And I'm familiar with Devlin. I've looked at a lot of his plans in the past. So I said, okay, that's right, Devlin. So what I did was, I looked a little bit more at it, and actually this is the 38, the smaller one, and that's also a Devlin design. So I said, ooh, they must be working with Solar Sal. Reading more on it, I found out that's exactly what happened is Solar Sal had Devlin build the boat around his system. This is the solar system I have. I'd like you to help me build a boat. So I went on Devlin's site and started looking, and see how similar this is their Pamlico 32, but see how similar the drawing is over here. So it was a Devlin boat. So I started looking around. They have a lot of different boats here, boat plans. Some of them they'll build for you. So I decided I'm going to call Devlin. So I call them up. This is actually Sam Devlin right here. He's the big boss, the big Hanukkah, what do you want to call him over there? But I spoke to this gentleman, Lee, and according to the thing here, it says Lee's the office manager for Devlin Boat. He's probably the first guy you're going to speak to, and he knows everyone. So that's what I did, is I spoke to Lee. Now, this got exciting. So he said, you know, how you doing? I told him, hi, I'm Rainey from here in the state of Maine. And I'm interested in looking at a boat to build when I'm finished with what I'm doing now, if I can ever get in my garage. So anyways, I told him, I says, I've been looking online and I saw this boat called Solar Sal, a 100% solar boat, and I think you guys had something to do with it. Are you familiar? He goes, am I? He says, we were with the project from start to finish. Matter of fact, besides the 38-foot, we're working on, what was it, a 45-foot? A 44-foot Solar Sal. He says it's a lot bigger. He says we just finished doing that one. He says, matter of fact, we just also worked with him on a catamaran, a 100% solar catamaran. I believe he said that was in the vicinity of 38 or 40 foot as well. Told me a few others that they're doing. And I said, wow. I said, do you have plans? I would love to buy some plans for a 100% solar boat. He goes, you know, I think we will. He says, we don't right now. We don't sell the plans. We're actually building the boats with them. They bring us the specs and we build the boats, and we've been putting them out and they're all over the place. So one right now is up in the Strait of Alaska, cruising around there. So we discussed a lot of what it takes, I guess, because I think, for a good 100% solar boat, it needs to be like 5 times longer than it is wide, and a lot of other things, different features. And he was saying it's starting to get to be a big thing. He says there's a lot of interest. Now, here's where you come in. He goes, it's calls like what I'm having right now. The more calls I get, the more we look at things, he says, and that's what's going to make us basically get off our butts and start making plans for sale. If we see people are really interested, we're getting more people calling. But once we see there's a lot of interest in solar liveaboard boats, he says, and these would be great for the Great Loop, he says, we'll be putting them out. And I told him, I didn't think it was possible. He goes, well, it was really hard in the past, but things are progressing so quickly with boats, with solar panels, with solar motors, with solar batteries, with solar motors with generators built in, all these different things they're doing. He says it's growing so much. He says, I see, he says, within a year, maybe 2 years, maybe even sooner, there's going to be a lot more available. So knowing that, help me out. Give Devlin a call and let them know that you're interested in plans for a liveaboard boat as well. Because if we have enough people contacting them saying we want a 35, 40, 45 foot liveaboard boat, they'll start making the plans and putting them out and selling them. And we can start taking advantage of this technology. So it's exciting. I see on the horizon a light that I can have what I want. So by the time I get done this boat, let's say it takes me another year to do it, if I can get in the garage by then, and I have this one to play with, I could begin building my liveaboard boat and start traveling the world and meeting a lot of you folks and traveling, especially the Great Loop. We want to take a year or a year and a half, whatever it takes, to take our time, go on the Great Loop, bring you videos while we're doing it of all the places we're going, people we're meeting, things we're experiencing, and even fishing. Right now I'm a little down on fishing, by the way. I went fishing last week. I went to a new place, and as I was walking away, of course, I sat down and did all my, fishing and relaxing. And as I left, I'm coming up the hill, and I go, boy, that looks like poison ivy. And guess what? I got poison ivy all over my legs. You want to see? No, I won't show you. It's terrible. I got poison ivy all over from my ankles up to my knees on both legs. So I'll feel better about fishing afterwards. So right now, fishing is So that's it I wanted to tell you. So I want to thank those people who have participated in going back and forth with me with comments, especially in last week's video. Because of your help, I was able to speak from one person to another to get leads and find out. I had no idea Devlin was into this and that they're going to be pushing it. So if you know of others who are doing this kind of thing, that'd be great. I'd love to know more and to continue looking into it, because who knows, maybe I'll find what I want even sooner. I mean, if they had the plans, I probably would have bought them on the spot. I was pretty excited about the Solar Sal, but it'd be awesome to have something. Like you said, they're getting better. Right now, they're only like doing anywhere from 4 to 5 knots. It'd be great, with I know they have some huge solar powered or electric motors out there, but do they have anything that can power them? Some that can maybe take the boat 11 or 10 knots. But I know even with solar cells at nighttime, at 4 or 5 knots, it'll still take you another 40 miles in the dark. That's how efficient these things are getting to be. So can you imagine a year from now how things will be? So thank you for your support. Thank you for your comments. Go ahead and comment in the bottom of what you think, if you're as excited as me, and if you know any more about this, because I want to start learning about this and about solar and a lot of different things in my path. So, in my journey, I should say. So I'll be able to find what I want and get, the exact specs of what I'm looking for. So with that, I want to thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day and happy sailing. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.